searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend.
So it was me and Charmander, and we were walking around just kind of minding our own business, as you do on Route 10 or wherever the hell we were. And we came up to this cave, and we walked into it, and like there was a hiker there who was like, "Hey, little kid, I'm gonna beat you up and take your 100 Poké-Dollars." And then he sent out a Geodude, and Charmander used Flamethrower, but it wasn't very super effective. It was the opposite. It was bad effective. One could say not very effective at all. And he took all my Poké-Dollars, and I had to run back to the Poké Center, because that's the part that they don't show you, is you have to run all the way back. It's just like, oh, you whited out, you blacked out, and then you just wake up. Like, who took you there? An Uber? No, you have to run back by yourself. But on the way back out of the cavern, I stubbed my toe on another different wild Geodude, and it really hurt. And I encountered 50 Zubats along the way. And that's what we call emotional damage, childhood trauma. And that's why I'm going to destroy the world. Hashtag Team Darkness. And oh, wait a minute. Hey, Gracie, I thought I was in my therapy session. Hang on a second.
No, I am not a licensed professional.
Hang on.
Nope.
Hang on a second. Hey, everybody, welcome to Pokemon After DARKRAI, a show where we hide the pain, and boy, do we do it well. My name is Bret. That one is Gracie, and this is a no-holds-barred, know-nothing podcast. We talk about Pokemon and hurt the ones we love, but why would you care what we have to say? Well, let me just tell you. I'm a guy. I'm a middle-aged, mostly white man.
Mostly white.
It's true. I'm mostly white.
Mostly man. Mostly man.
Check the genetics.
I know, it's funny.
On some days I'm mostly man. Other days I'm not.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but why would you care about what I say? Well, I'll tell you.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon. I'm funny, but the real reason why Pokemon is not the reason why Pokemon is good. The reason why we're good at Pokemon is Gracie. Gracie,
no,
you are a 10-time Pokemon Choice Award winner. The Pokemon all got together 10 times and elected you Queen of the PvPs.
I mean, I try real hard.
How have you been, my friend?
Not too shabby. Just living the dream, as they say.
Not too shabby. I thought you were young.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not too shabby.
Definitely in my 30s.
A phrase that when you ask a 7-year-old man how he's doing, "Oh, I'm not doing so shabby."
Oh, my dad says he's doing dandy. So I always say dandy, and then people are like,
"I'm doing just fine and dandy there, young'un." Oh, is this the old cast? Oh, let's just be old from now on. Hey, I like to podcast.
I don't have to pretend.
I like to podcast with you. Yeah, you know what? We are old because we're not SoundCloud Pokemon rapping.
Also, my knees think that I'm 80, so...
This is excuse me, dear listener, this is a perfectly acceptable form of medium in entertainment that totally didn't, its ship didn't go sailing in the night 8 years ago.
Not at all. Not at all. We're here.
the podcast medium will never die, and the rich sponsorships available for lucrative deals will never dry up.
Ever.
We're certainly never, the billions and billions upon podcasts that surely exist because everyone and their grandmother can make one, and they do.
That's true.
There's no possible way where we're going to hit a point where it's just like too much podcast. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Like,
oversaturation.
Saturation, yeah.
Oversaturation, and we're not heading towards like a horrible collapse. No.
Mm-mm. Not like the housing market of 2008. Never.
Real talk. I think Patreon has kept the lights on for a lot of podcasts. Even like
I do not doubt that.
Even like major like podcasting networks, like they have Patreons, it seems like these days. So it's like you were part of like a major company where you delved into things like video production and things like that, and now you have a Patreon. Like, my, how the mighty have fallen, and we're just down here like, oh, throw us a bone, a 5-bone rating and review, please.
And we'll talk about Pokemon some more.
Bone us so hard.
Maybe.
Enough about a good time. Maybe leave that rating and review.
What?
And you might get to someday. You never know.
Maybe.
It would be independent of the rating and review. We're not saying we'll do it
of course.
for a rating and review, but please leave it.
But also maybe.
But also, like, if we meet you in person and we hit it off, and then suddenly, like, I rated your show 0 stars, I mean, it's not going to work in your favor.
I might stab you.
You still might get it from me personally, because yeah. But I mean, I won't enjoy it as much as if you gave a 5-star rating review. Actually, if you gave me give this show 0 stars, then meet me, then we'll do what we got to do, and then based on my performance, you can go back and change
I think that's
the stars.
Quid pro quo.
I don't know what that means. I'm not smart enough.
Like this for that. Like you like. Yeah. Like you only get something in return. Yeah.
How about this? Dear listener, leave a rating and review of how good you think it would be.
Oh my god, no. Do not do that.
Baby. Never had a complaint. Oh, but this is a Pokemon show, and while I die on the inside, we should talk about that. In the news, I mean, probably the most prominent thing in the news is the mysterious new Pokemon. This comes to us from an article straight from friend of the show, Mikey, at PokemonCrossroads.com. Mysterious new Pokemon, soon to be debuted. Looks like we are all getting teases of hidden treasures of Area Zero. And apparently, in the first episode of Pokemon Horizons, the new series that doesn't have Ash, it shows that there is a gem turtle gem, crystal turtle.
Yeah, crystal turtle.
This new Pokemon seems to be residing as the pendant around Lico's neck, one of the protagonists. The pendant was seen to transform into this mysterious new Pokemon when Lico was in danger. After the danger has passed, the Pokemon reverted back into the pendant. She's carrying legendary or mythical around in her pendant.
It's like hidden, and it's like a totem. I don't know if that
speculation time. One of her parents gave her that pendant and said, keep this with you, it'll always keep you safe. Before they're not going to be dead or anything, because Pokemon would never do that in the anime, but like
they went on an adventure,
and then that parent's name is Professor Sada or Professor Toro. Conspiracy theories alive. They don't even say the name of this Pokemon, but I mean, if it doesn't evolve into Terapagos, I would be
like
positively
surprised.
Shocked. Yeah. Super shocked.
For sure. It definitely looks very similar.
It's very crystally and turtly. I will say I kind of wish its crystal shell was a little like more turtleized.
More pronounced, you mean?
Yeah, like I like my turtles looking like big old derpy upside down bowls.
Derpy turtles.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a derp turtle.
No, I
And
love it.
this guy's close to being a derp turtle. He just needs a
Mhm.
bigger, doofier shell.
I can see that.
Like he's got really lanky legs. Like this turtle could probably scoot. They need to.
Scoot caboot.
I'm not crazy about like the crystal ponytail and crystal earrings. I kind of like their actually. I like the earrings. I don't know
Yeah.
the crystal ponytail is kind of, or maybe it's the tail. Something is off about it. It reads more like sauropod dinosaur, like Amora or something, than it does turtle to me.
I could see that, yeah. I was trying to think. Oh, I was trying to reload the picture and now it won't load. That's
Womp womp. Go to
Womp
Discord
womp.
on your phone.
good. I am.
Go to Discord on your phone.
I
Go to
am.
Discord on your phone. Hey, hey, hey,
There it
Gracie
goes.
says go to Discord on your phone.
Oh, yeah, your ponytail. I was thinking, I don't know why I was thinking like mohawk, but yeah, ponytail I guess makes more sense. It's more
Uh,
ponytail shaped.
there's another image here of like a side profile, and it very much looks like a ponytail, like it goes like straight back, kind of.
That makes sense.
We were speculating before we started recording and about like its typing or whatever, and I'm willing to put money down that it's normal, and then you'll give Terapagos like a held item that will change its terrestrialize, like not its type, but it'll change its terrestrialized type when it terrestrializes. Boy, I'm saying that word an awful lot.
I really want it to be rock ghost.
Why is it? Do we not have rock ghosts? Rock ghosts? Jesus,
Roses.
help me.
I don't know. Or maybe rock fairy. That'd be cool.
Don't we have rock fairies? Carbink?
No, I guess so.
Rock fairy.
Maybe.
Pokemon. Yeah, Carbink.
Okay.
And Beyonce.
Beyonce?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Rock Ghost. This one I'm not sure about. Runarigus.
Oh. No, that's ground.
Is it?
Ground
Why
ghost.
why did it come up in Google?
I don't know, it's ground ghost though.
What's Spiritomb?
Ghost dark?
Spiritomb. We know about Pokemon, folks.
Maybe.
Yeah, Ghost Dark. I guess there's no rock ghost Pokemon. Oh wait, what about Golurk? I'm going to Golurk right now.
Hold on. I'm looking up. You said
I'm almost certain that Golurk is rock ghost. I would bet my last podcast dollar.
It is ground ghost.
Motherfucker. Why is it ground? It clearly is a rock. He's a big rocky boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Golett even looks like a stone.
Like little runes on it.
Yeah. I don't understand why. Maybe Ghost Rock is just like busted.
I don't know.
Maybe that typing is just completely busted.
I guess it would be like, yeah, it would be neutral against fighting, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it would still be weak to water
Yeah, and
and
grass.
grass.
And
So it wouldn't-
dark.
Yeah, and dark, and so it wouldn't be totally
Well, not
busted.
super busted, but I don't know.
Not busted enough to not have a fucking Pokemon.
Right.
Like Scovillain is fire grass. Like they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on a second. Types we don't have yet in Pokemon. This is quality podcasting.
Obviously.
So here's a list of the current unused types: Bug Dragon, Normal Bug, Bug Dark. How is there not a Dark Bug yet?
Yeah, there is.
Not according to this list. Was there a new one from one of the new?
Wasn't the thing the little like cricket or not cricket, the thing in
Scarlet and
Paldea.
Violet. Do you mean low kicks
Yeah.
or lock kicks? I don't know how you. It looks steel, but I think that's Bug Dark. So yeah,
Yeah.
cross that one. This must be an old list. Fairy Fire. We gotta have a Fire Fairy somewhere. Seems like pretty easy one.
Mhm.
Fairy Ground, Fighting Fairy, Grass Fire, which we have now. Ghost Rock, there it is. Ground Fighting, Normal Steel, Normal Ice, Poison Normal, Normal Rock, Steel Poison, Fighting Electric, and Ice Poison. Although there might be an Ice Poison now one, right?
I couldn't tell you. I can't think of it, but maybe. I thought there
Excuse,
was a fairy fire.
I guess there is no Ice Poison. I thought one of those Hisuian boys were
Yeah. I guess
like
no, I think this you're thinking like Sneasel
Sneasler.
is fighting poison.
Oh, that's dumb.
Hmm.
He looks very poisony
Yeah.
for sure.
Hmm.
You said Fire Fairy.
Hmm.
How did we get on this tangent from talking about that other Pokemon?
Because we're trying to figure out the weird types that I thought it could be a rock.
Yeah, there's
Ghost.
no Fire Fairy
Hmm.
that I'm seeing here.
Interesting.
What is Delphox? Fire Psychic? It's very fairy-ish. They should have made that one a fairy. They should have made that one fairy type because he has a wand and it does magic and stuff.
Yeah. I can see it.
I can see clearly now. But yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that show. I don't know that I definitely will watch it whenever it comes out. Just for the sake of this show. And you're gonna watch the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes. This isn't exactly Pokemon news per se, but Niantic has announced a new game. They're giving Monster Hunter the Pokemon Go treatment. So instead of catching cute, adorable little monsters, you'll be murdering giant.
Fight them
You'll be fighting
with your bare hands.
Well, I think the thing in this game is you have a lot of different types of weapons, and you'll be able to try out different ones. Different ones will be more effective versus different monsters than others.
Okay.
And in this article, thank you, Polygon. It states that the series' distinctive gameplay altering weapon classes remain, but players should expect to be switching between them more frequently. So,
Ask me if I'm gonna play it.
are you going to play it?
No.
I actually will.
I almost
give it
downloaded the Pikmin one and then I never did.
I have no interest in Pikmin, but
I think they're cute.
I like Monster Hunter on a base level. It didn't hold my interest, like because I got World came out the Xbox and I played it, and it's a very pretty game. It's a very fascinating game watching like the game's ecosystem happen around you. Like you could just like stand around and watch monsters hunt each other and run away and battle and just go about their business. And in that sense, it's really, really cool. I kind of just wanted to be like just a Nat Geo person, just in a bush the entire time, just taking
Just
pictures
like
of
talking
monsters. Yeah,
or narrating the whole thing.
yeah.
That'd be great.
The wild death claw screeches
Mhm.
down from the mountain, majestic as it grabs its prey within its talons
That
and
was a
rips
great
it to shreds.
Fallout reference. Good job.
Yeah, I couldn't think of an actual Monster Hunter monster.
It's all right. I got it though.
The screenshots look fine. I mean, it's very like it's Pokemon Go, but with like a more quote unquote realistic art style. The monsters are very scary looking. It looks like you get your cat companion too. So I'm sure that'll be something akin to the buddy system. You'll have your little cat compadre.
Did you say it would be like too scary for like little kids versus Pokemon?
I would probably say not. because they're, it's going to be a free phone game, and they're probably going to want as many people to play this as
But
humanly
if you're using
possible.
weapons, I feel like that's kind of violent.
You can use weapons in any game, and even though there is like fantasy violence, as long as you're not showing blood and gore, like you can kind of get away with it.
That's true.
I mean, didn't Shadow the Hedgehog use 9mm handguns?
I honestly do not remember that.
I mean, doesn't like every anime game ever have like slashing attacks and like the enemies
Yeah,
go
okay.
like oh, and they fall down and then they just
But they still
disappear
show anything? Yeah,
into thin
yeah.
air. Yeah, I mean it's pretty
That
easy
checks
to
out.
work on. Yeah.
That checks out.
Monster Hunter shows blood, but they don't have to show blood in this. And you do like in the game, you like carve up the beasts to get materials to make armor and weapons.
Oh,
Yeah, but it doesn't actually show you like
show anything.
Yeah. Well, I'd take it back. There is not after it's been defeated, but while you're fighting it, there is dismemberment. So if you focus on like if you're against like this big dragon thing and it's flying around, when it lands, you attack one of its wings enough, you can actually like
Take it off.
disable a wing and like break it so that it can't fly anymore. For a lot of them, you can like sever their tails. So if they have like a tail attack where they'd swing their tail at you, you can like deal enough damage to it.
Not cut it off, but like.
Oh, no, it cuts it off.
Okay.
And it's like visibly removed
gone
from the creature, but it's not like gory, like.
But like bleeding out of its
Yeah, no, it's not like
wound.
that. It's just kind of like gone or whatever. So that's stuff. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be some fantasy action, but I'm sure it's going to be way toned down.
Yeah.
So that anybody can play.
That checks out.
I'll try it. I think it's interesting that they have a mechanic in this. Players can use a paintball item to tag monsters.
Paintball item?
Yup. It says paintball in quotes, but hang on to that for a second. So you use that to tag monsters encountered in the real world to hunt at home, alone, or with friends. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That is weird.
But in the screenshot, there's clearly a button on the HUD that says paintball. And I thought that was funny.
That is funny.
You could have called it like marker or just mark. Or I don't know. Point of interest. Paintball just doesn't seem to fit the aesthetic of Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. Do we think it'll stick around longer than Wizards Unite?
Wizards, yeah. We'll see.
I don't know.
Jurassic's been around for a while.
Who?
The Jurassic game?
Yeah, that's not Niantic though, is it? No, it's not.
Oh. No, never mind.
Yeah.
But I thought it was something similar.
It very much is. But it's not Niantic. I don't know if this is I don't know. Monster Hunter is huge in Japan. Like this is very much like a game that could like I could see it surpassing Pikmin, which I don't think would be too terribly difficult, just because of how
popular it is outside of it.
In Japan. And then whatever other fledgling base it maintains worldwide will just be icing on the Japanese cake, as it were.
I got you.
Do you got me?
I do.
Do you got me, son?
Gotcha.
Gracie,
tell me.
Tell you.
Tell me.
I'll tell you right now. 5 stars.
5-star review.
That's right.
All of it.
Yeah, so I think that's everything. I can't think of anything else. Can you?
Not for that one.
Is there anything happening in... Oh, Community Day happened. Duh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we told... Fuck me. I don't know where... My life. Help. Send help.
How many shinies did you get?
10.
All right.
A respectable 10.
10's good.
Yeah, it's not a great shiny. Togetic isn't a great shiny, but it's fine.
But
it changes the colors of
the
pattern on its eggs. I love Togetic, and Togepi, and Togekiss.
Togekiss.
I love Togekiss. I love that
me
whole
too.
line. It's a bummer I couldn't get any Togepi's, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
same. So yeah,
So
I
yeah.
got 14.
Oh, you beat me.
I did. I actually doubled what I thought I was gonna get. I think I said 7. So
Congratulations.
yeah,
You win. They
I win all the things.
They announced the Community Day Classic, didn't they?
I think it's
The piggy.
Piloswine? Yeah.
Piloswine.
Or
Yeah.
Swinub. Swinub
Wait.
is the first one.
Well, I knew exactly what you meant.
What do you meant? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mamoswine is the last one.
Let's see here. Can I click it? Can I click
Maybe.
it? Can I click it?
Click it all over.
April 29th, 2 to 5 p.m. local time.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
I think that'll be, I mean, it's really relevant for PvP, so I feel like it's a good callback for those who need it for like Excel or just for a good IV spread, all that stuff.
It's gonna have ancient power, 3 times Stardust when catching. Incense and lure modules will last 3 hours, all the same stuff. And guess what? If you take a snapshot of it, you're not gonna
It
get
will
surprised. It will be a
appear.
Sweenub. It won't be a surprise at all.
I definitely need the Stardust, so
I don't.
lucky you.
No, because I haven't been playing very much.
Oh,
I've played I've played a couple of times since the community day.
it's the community day.
But yeah, still not on the daily like I was, and I'm loving it. Like
Yeah.
well, it's just like I said in the last show, I had to reevaluate my relationship with the game and whether or not it was becoming a chore or like it stopped because it became
Right, if
to the
it
point where it was
wants to be
less fun.
fun, right.
Yeah, and I kind of just man, that freaking Sinotaur was the killer. It was the
Oh, the trash, yeah.
knife in my heart. That terrible, terrible event. And I was just like, why am I letting this bother me? Why am I letting this event bother me? So, oh, that reminds me. Did you know what Masterwork Research page 2 is?
No?
Hang on. Vamp
Wait,
Live.
maybe I do.
Bring
Hold
this
on.
up. It's something horrible.
I can't remember what it is. I know of it, but now I can't think about it.
I found it. Make 385 excellent throws.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a lot.
That is a lot. My poor son's not going to be able to. He can't do a great curveball throw. Why didn't the Antic think this was okay? Like, yeah, for the hard, this is fine for the hardcore players, I guess.
Yeah.
But for like,
that's fair.
this is not an accessible product at this point because kids can't reasonably make excellent throws.
Some can.
Some can, but not consistently across the board. My 10-year-old certainly can't. I tried to teach him how to curveball. He couldn't do it. It's no offense to him. He just doesn't understand the mechanic. Like,
that's fair.
It's not fun to learn how to do it. So he's just gonna throw Pokeballs like crazy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just actually leveled up today, so I'm at level 49 now. And one of the things to do that is 999 excellent throws.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I didn't hear that. Didn't hear that correctly.
Yeah, so one of the things to level up to level 50 is 999 excellent throws.
Jesus Christ, it's
a lot.
Insane.
It's a lot. So,
well,
working on that right now.
While we try to shake off the madness, we are going to go to a break. Totally real, completely true sponsored ad.
Look who's here.
And we'll look at who's here in just a moment when we come back right after these messages from our very real sponsors. After Darkrai is brought to you by Good Morning Johto. Good Morning Johto. When you need to wake up to your 7th alarm in a row because you keep hitting snooze because you just can't stand the drudgery and boredom of your own life, and you wake up and you get dressed and you brush your teeth and you comb your hair and you put on your suit and tie and you get into your shitty Ford Focus and you drive 30 minutes to the inner city and get stuck in traffic and your fucking Starbucks order is late even though you put it in the app 20 minutes beforehand and the line is so stupid long and you're just so damn angry. You know what'll make you feel a lot better is if you turn down the music, Bret. What are you doing? But you know what'll make you feel even more better than that?
If you stop using the shitty piano music.
Good Morning Johto is a morning radio show styled show that takes place in, you guessed it, Johto, and it's got a host, it's got news, it's got flavor, baby. Put it in your mouth. It's so delicious. And host Lane is the coolest guy I've ever met, and I'm not saying that because he's staring at me right now with a big bag full of money and a knife. I'm not saying we're shills or nothing, but baby, no, integrity is completely, we
Not
are
for sale.
Integral, not for sale. Hang on a second, I gotta count this. Gracie, you say something nice about Good Morning Johto now.
Yeah, I love this.
It's like the sun rising into the beautiful sky of Johto, and you're just like, how could this be even better? And you're like, oh, his voice. That's how.
Yeah, I've been
Welcome.
trying to get people to sell their televisions and stuff to go to the old timey of radio. Like, let's get back to our roots of morning radio. Get rid of all of your TV. Electric's expensive. Like, maybe we just all hover around a morning radio show. Like Bret and Gracie, both with their feet up like little kids on Christmas Day, listen to a little radio drama. Like, what the time? That's bad. TV's bad for your eyes anyway.
Harkens back to the time when mankind gathered around fire, and the cave elder would scrawl
Cave
upon
elder?
would read stories scrawled upon the wall, orally delivering message, passing them down from generation to generation.
And the kids in the back like, I heard this one already.
Heard
God.
this before.
Get some new paintings, guy.
Listen, Og, tune in to Good Morning Johto if you want to hear about Pokemon TCG, the video
and how
game.
Niantic is dumping on your heart. But
Pokemon Go
will never dump on your heart.
How your heart is constantly breaking via Pokemon Go, but not Pokemon itself will never betray you.
It's
Hashtag
here forever.
Fitting Cuties are out now. Bye. Spend. But you know what will never spend? Your
Attention span.
Because it's a great show. Good Morning Johto, available on Spotify. Is it on other things yet, or still Spotify?
You requested a couple things because you listened to the podcast on weird stuff that I didn't hear of.
Yeah.
I usually just say wherever you listen to podcasts, or
wherever we listen to podcasts. I think mine is Podcast Addict.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I use Pocket Casts.
I've never heard of that. These are new ones to me.
Oh, buddy, we got this thing we're going to introduce you to called Google.
The internet.
Google.
Close enough.
Yeah, like that's who knew. I'm just a morning radio. I could get it on the radio, but not all these podcast shows.
Yeah.
So I got a lackey for that.
Speaking of podcast shows, we are back. This is, in fact, that podcast show. Just another podcast flailing in the dark, looking for anyone. Please, sir. I'm out in the streets in my rags, going, please, sir, will you please listen to my podcast?
I have another rating.
And can I have another rating and another review, sir?
Please.
And of course, Mr. Moneybags swats me over the head. No, boys. Continue shining my shoes, and you better like it.
Get out of here.
Yes, sir. Here's a halfpenny. That's a halfpenny, Gracie. Welcome to the show, Lane. It's good to see you. It's been 1
been
week
a little bit.
since you looked at me, but it's been a little bit longer than that since you've been on the show.
Yeah, you and I like to talk TCG stuff in the back of the Twitterscape, and then Gracie will send me a Pokemon Go gift every once in a while, and that's why
Dude,
I'm
I'm
like, oh.
terrible at gifts.
Lane, I don't think we're even Pokemon Go friends, are we?
No, well, I didn't know if you even like knew what like Pokemon Go was
What
when like,
Pokemon Go was?
when you and I started. That's when you're like, hey, yeah, like I'm dipping into TCG, and now you're like Scratch and everything. You're like,
Now
Yeah,
you're
I
like,
just-
what's Pokemon Go?
so
yeah,
I
like,
I bought this what is it, the Scarlet and Violet booster bundle. Right here on the screen. I
Yeah,
got this,
love it.
this little guy.
great price point.
Great product, great price point. You know, it doesn't hurt as bad as buying a full box, and you feel like you're getting something out of it. But I will say that I then proceeded to liquefy it in a metal spoon and shoot it directly into the veins. See, look for a vein. You can't find one anymore. They've receded into my body.
It's one of those things of like you and I were passing each other, and when I was trying to like TCG going into PvP for Go, I see Gracie's name everywhere. Like whenever I see like learning Pokemon Go stuff, anything BTW, Gracie's name's hiding in there. Like that's I see it.
No.
I see it. It's there.
Mazer
Oh my
up.
goodness.
That's right.
It used to be, yeah.
You're like the
Yeah.
retired vet of like, oh,
Yeah.
back in those days.
Well, you know what's
like,
crazy
Back
is
from the
Gracie
dark.
doesn't do things like stream quite as often as she used to, but at any point she could do it, and if she put her mind to it, she could just jump right back
But
in.
that's the
like she never
fallback,
left.
like school, whatever. Like that's. I always tell people, do the fun thing. Drop out of school. Don't like be in a
Do the
box in the
fun
alley.
thing.
Yeah,
Become a
like high school
streamer,
kids. I'm
start
like,
a podcast, start a
Live in a back
Patreon.
alley somewhere.
that's the perfect thing. Is like high school kids now all say they're like, we're gonna be YouTubers and Twitch streamers. Like, why do anything boring like be a doctor? Like, we could do that in a some type of Steam game. Like,
Yeah. And then you end up like me, 37 years old, hiding in a public bathroom, trying to find a vein and I got my tourniquet.
yeah,
While I
you're in a
shoot up
Tudor's
a
biscuit world in the middle of nowhere. Like, they're
Yeah,
closed.
that's right.
They're
I'm
getting-
like-
Disclaimer:
I'm
we
like
do not
s-
endorse drugs.
I'm like crushing up a foil full
Oh my
art
God, stop.
Miriam card.
I was
and
going to
I'm,
talk about like
Lord.
insulin,
snorting
like,
it.
oh, it's like medicine. He's like, no, it's
No,
Like,
into
no,
my
I
vein.
need this
Bruh.
Miriam in my veins immediately. Oh.
the sweet, and that's how like Gracie did for PvP is like got it and said, I need to walk away from being because I remember the first time is when you did the regionals. I'm like, oh man, PvP. I think like that's why there's 1,000 people with TCG, 100 people for Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go's hard. Pokemon Go's so hard to learn.
It is hard.
Like if you want to know
There's
the
a steep
type
learning
matchups-
curve.
because there's nothing in the game that this is my rant. There's nothing in the game that teaches you for Pokemon cards. It's like, oh, what's the bad? Oh, it tells you on the thing what the matchups are. And because I was that kid that just jammed the best team in the video games. Who needs to know type advantages if you just have dragon types, right?
Oh,
So-
you would not enjoy the 7-star raids. in Scarlet and
I
Violet.
don't.
No,
I
not
just
at
ran
all.
Doxbun to all of them, trying to be cute. I was terrible. People yelled at me in real life. I didn't like it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
cried.
you.
Aw.
Yeah, because all my friends, we were all together. They're like, "Why do you suck? You're dying." I'm like, "Yeah, but Darkspawn's so cute." They're like, "Shut up, we hate you."
That's like-
Get out of here.
That's like doing like a Pokemon Go raid, and you're the guy that brings an Aggron, and
Yep.
people are like, "Who brought
Yes.
the Aggron?"
And that's
Like,
what what
man.
I've learned is I took advantage for Stardust for so many years, spending it on stupid stuff, and now I'm a Stardust addict. Of like, anytime I'm like, yeah, Gracie knows the struggle. Like this is, I need Stardust so bad.
I don't
Yes.
know what you
Yeah.
poor people are talking about. I'm a multi-millionaire star.
I have 100 Stardust, maybe 200. But like that's what I'm saying. Each week you're spending maybe $1 million on a team if you want to do like going up and stuff, or like you can
Mhm.
keep the same boring team like those BTW. That's what they always say. Like, don't do fun, just do Open Great League. Gag me with a spoon, okay? Like that is
No, like I want to like spice it up.
Evolution Cup. I want to play with them babies.
I love Evolution
yes.
Cup.
Give me those rando cups. And then Wildcat Dad's like, no, that's how you piss away all your Stardust. I don't care.
Oh,
I
that's
like
what-
them all.
It's burning a hole in my pocket. I gotta spend it.
Yeah, like that's what like I remember talking to someone a month ago and they're like, oh yeah, maybe there'll be triple Stardust in May. I'm like, I have to wait till May?
Like
Where-
I get
Yeah.
like things are meta for a reason, But I love spice. I love that they
Yeah.
added that spice meter to Sylph. Like I
Oh,
love
I
that.
thought we were back on drugs and we're talking about Dune now. We need
No.
that spice.
No,
No.
okay, Star Wars does it too. Everybody's drug in space as spice. It's just the catch-all of like
Star Wars has spice?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I read a lot of comic books because I'm a nerd.
What? Wait, Lane, I'm sorry. This is
Nuh-uh.
only a podcast for cool
Yep.
people. We don't like nerds on our show.
Oh, I gotta go then. I gotta leave.
Yeah, I gotta go too. Lane, this is your show now.
Everybody
Yeah,
leave.
this is Hanso, like the Kessel run. Like, yep, it was Spice's mind, and the Spice mind's a Kessel. Space Spice. They're not going to say space like drugs. Like they're not going to be like Luke Skywalker with like the devil's lettuce in the corner. Like
Devil's lettuce.
Do you know what I think of when I hear spice in context like that? I think like like pizza spice, where it's like just the mysterious like amalgamation of multiple spices that like at Pizza Hut they'd have like the spice and you're like, I don't know what this is, but it tastes good.
Yeah, Parmesan and then spice.
It's like crushed red peppers, but there's another one that's like a zesty. I don't know. I mean, nobody. I don't even know how to describe it. Nobody knows. But
and there's baby spice. There's
sporty.
Yeah, there's all the different.
Scary. Let's go through all
what
of them.
Spice
Ginger.
Would you be? What spice would you be?
Oh, I'd love to be inside a ginger.
No, I mean you be not.
Oh, which one would I be?
Yeah,
probably...
like if you would, like, what Spice Girl do you see yourself as the most? Are you sporty?
Well, I'm definitely not posh. I'd probably be scary.
You would definitely be Scary Spice.
I'd probably be
Gracie,
scary.
what would you be?
My obsession with death metal.
I don't know.
You never took like a BuzzFeed quiz. It's like
which one's the smartest one? Because that's the one that Gracie.
I thought they would be like the Seven Dwarves. Is there no like Smart Spice and Dopey
Gracie's
Spice?
also attractive, so I think she'd be posh. She's not posh, but posh is the closest one. She's very, very much. I'm attractive, and
not at all.
I'm highly intelligent and above you plebeians.
I would be the Spice Girls manager. Like I'd be the manager, like pushing my glasses up and being like, "Ladies."
I have 2.6 million Stardust suckers.
Gracie, how much Stardust do you have?
Actually, I went from less than 100K to now I'm at 400K.
That's a week for me. Like that, and you like when tomorrow or whatever Wednesday hits, it's all.
I know.
Because
that's there for a little while.
That's what I always tell, like, why PvPers are better than TCGers, because you can go buy whatever Pokemon card or Magic card you want. You want to go buy the card out there. You want a Gengar? Wait till October, you freaking nerd. Like, you want to be good at this game? Too bad. Like,
oh no, you want a Spiritomb? Wait till October, and maybe they'll do the special quest for you, like they didn't do last.
Maybe.
What kills me is Victini, Keldeo, and Tapu Fini. The first two, impossible to get. The Galarian birds, just go fall in a hole, okay?
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. Is like the Keldeo sees play sometimes. No,
like the accessibility of just the mons in general are not there.
That's why with Great League, you're like just everybody's meta shaming each other with their G-Fisk and their buttholes everywhere, like
everywhere. Everywhere.
Lane, I gotta thank you for breathing some life into this show. That first half of the show, when it was just me and Gracie, it was just dragging.
Yeah, Gracie let me know you were being a little boring. That like you guys, like I'm the connection between the TCG and the Go, right? Like I'm like the parent that both kids, like I can kind of talk to of both. Of like,
that's funny.
Oh, like you want to talk cards? Yeah, Miriam's cool, but then you got into the Magic addiction where like.
I just want to point out real quick before I forget again, Gracie, was I not like talking Miriam up like since day one?
Yes, you were.
Yeah, and then look at that. The TCG set comes out and like she's the most expensive, like both versions of her card are the most expensive cards in the set, and I'm really annoyed by that.
Did you see the guy that stole all the cards from the printing press? Did you see that?
Fuck no. Tell me about it.
So Fusion Strike, like 2-3 years ago, basically there was a Reddit article that the guy stole, like that Gengar at that Fusion Strike is 1 in 1,000 boxes, 2,000. He stole like 2,000 of those cards, and we're not just talking those. I'll send you guys the pictures later. Just us, those people can Google it. Your listeners know what Google is. Like 2,000 of every hit. So you're looking at $200,000-$300,000. Like so I looked at every secret rare, so probably 6 cards over $100. They made. They even said like they try to take them to a store, they try to sell them, and if I'm that store, I'm like, these are either fake or you stole them. They're like, oh no, like I work at the printing press. Like they just let me take them. And it
No, they
shows like
didn't.
it shows the test or like it shows like a drug bust looking like a police of like all the cards, and it's just stacks of like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Jeez.
Oh
I bet you it's six
God.
figures easy.
I
So
love
that's
that.
where,
I
like-
love when Pokemon shit like that gets like controversial. I'm just like, that's hilarious to me.
Funko and Magic did it a few weeks ago with they ended up in landfills. Like if you saw Funko let out like gosh, I think it was $500,000 of pallets because it's better to cut it as a loss than to donate it. Magic did $250,000 that it just ended up in a landfill, and since it's a privatized landfill, you can't touch it. So they'll let you go look, but you can't.
What's the point of that?
To write it off as a loss.
This is crazy trains. Like
This is what I see Gracie on Twitter. This is why I love Gracie's Twitter of like the fight for freedom woo stuff. Like this is what I could see of like, oh well, you can't, instead of donating it, you guys would rather write it off as a loss, so we're just gonna dump it in a landfill.
I'm like, this is trash. All of this is trash, and I hate it.
Yep. I'm sure there's a podcast host here that would have took $250,000 of Magic that was thrown in a dump, or it was.
Yeah.
You see it-
100%. Please.
It was 3 or maybe it was 3 to 5 pallets, and it was on the pallets, and they're just slumped. The Funkos were dumped out. You see all the boxes. Of
Yeah,
like-
nobody cares about those.
I don't care. That still pisses me off.
It is very
Yeah.
wasteful.
I could pay
and
my
sad.
tuition. Like,
Yeah,
It-
like you're the Pokemon card press of like.
I take some solace in that like TCG cards of any variety are just tiny pieces of cardboard, and even though they're like the foil ones have stuff pressed into them, at least they'll melt in the rain or something. Return to the earth.
Yeah.
Those Funko Pop figures will be alive forever. If
For a
Toy Story was
long time.
real, imagine if Toy Story was real and those Funko
Oh,
Pops went away.
no.
And
That'll be a movie. 10 years, they'll do it like a Lego movie. There'll be a Funko movie. That
that's what's
like
they're all trapped in their prisons.
boxes.
Their boxes. They can't. Just in the darkness.
a wild raccoon like tries to eat the box. Like, no.
So Lane, what do you think of the new Scarlet and Violet set? Like,
I think the new Scarlet and Violet set, let's see. The price went up, which sucked, which I get though. Miraidon is cool. The problem is that for play, the last meta was really, really fast. So switching to a slow meta will make that like these cards not played for another year or two. Because then like everybody's just still playing all the old good cards.
Right.
Gardevoir is cool. I just have continued to play Rotom Jank. Oinkaloin, that's cool. That I got to play my little pig boy, my little pig lad. No, but like Miriam will be $1 bajillion. I think everybody's
She
thinking
is.
it now. Like I really play like the stock market who plays the actual stock market? Losers. Like playing
Right.
the card stock
Pokemon.
market is the
Yeah.
fun. So we're about 3 weeks out.
Ellis
That's where
Norn.
things start to-
Ugh.
exactly. So what happens is everybody opens the product in the first 2 or 3 weeks. Product starts to be a little harder to get a hold of, especially Pokemon product. And then you guys
Yeah.
walk around scratching your arms, asking where Miriam is. And then people bought them at
I
like
need
40
to see
bucks.
the nurse. I hate that everyone's jumping on my wife figuratively. When I married her first, it just
Like,
You did
pisses
call
me
it
off.
real
pisses
early.
me off.
I know some of those like the Japanese prices were going crazy, and plus it's a base set, so it's a lot. But like, yeah, she was $40 and then went to 60. She's already on the rise to 70. The trends are pointing up. Like
Wow.
that's
For a card that you could have otherwise for much cheaper, it's just the
Mhm.
the fancy art
yeah.
of it.
Gardevoir EX, I think, and Miraidon will be the big ones in the future because those are the ones that see play. Because those are like the good in play plus also like rare ones.
But also, like, is there any other indicator of where Pokemon fans are than like the most expensive cards in the set are just an attractive young lady?
I had someone, so this isn't my show, so I won't like. Usually I do the Johto, but we're back in the real world.
No world.
I had someone come
Questionable.
in the store I work at and be like, "You got any of those Pokemon waifus?" And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what it is.
Oh.
That is 100% what
Oh.
it is.
So this will be a thing, and I hate to
I
talk
hate
about
it.
it, but does anyone know the Misty's Tears problem or the card Misty's Tears?
Mm-mm.
I've heard it, but it's
Okay.
been a minute.
In Japan, in the late 90s to early 2000s, late 90s, there was a bunch of cards that America deemed not appropriate for US. And one of them is Misty Nude. And Misty is, Gracie, that's exactly everybody's reaction.
I'm looking at it right now.
There was a couple. There's banned Japanese cards. Some of them are really cool. There's a banned Gengar, Sabrina's Gengar, that in US it didn't have the background. In the background in Japan, it's a graveyard. That's really cool.
That's cool.
That's really cool. But the most expensive one is the Misty's Tears, and she's turned sideways, nude, holding a Staryu.
I'm looking at it right now.
And so as a store worker, I need to put it out to sell, but then I'm like, who's gonna buy this 11-year-old girl? There's one.
I would like to rephrase that, please.
But that's it though. That's it. That's what you would like. The Grimer. I have people that use the Grimer for magic tokens. In the US one, he's coming out of a sewer and there's someone walking by, but in the Japanese, it's looking up a skirt.
What?
So that's banned. They had to avert his eyes in the English. Yeah, like there's a lottery ticket items, like because Japan, like how they look at the lottery system. So they did Japanese lottery that didn't make it to US cards. Oh, Moo Moo's milk. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
That's one of the banned ones of like basically it's an udder and a Pokemon like holding it to drink. Like
it's weird.
There's one that looks like Sabrina's holding up a middle finger. She's holding up a Pokeball.
What am I looking at? I don't understand what like.
I feel like these are what Magic players use for tokens because they're so wild looking. The last one I remember is there's one that has like a weird looking like swastika like close to it.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, it's like an option that has a Team Rocket thing that in the back.
It's not a swastika. It's actually the reverse of a swastika, which is supposed to mean life.
Sure.
But it's not.
Banned Pokemon cards are nuts.
Not good though. It's not good though. I want to.
There's a lot of cards that don't make it to English.
Decision. Wasn't there a Jinx one too?
Hashtag fuck Nazis.
Yeah, the Blackface Jinx was like but that was just the anime and everything. So like having action figures of the original. But my favorite one is they did a few years ago is Mario and Luigi Pikachu that never made it to English. So it's just like Pikachu in I feel like this is just breaking Brit's mind of like didn't know I knew these random, but Pikachu in a Mario card Mario as a Pikachu in a card is hilarious. Has the mustache, has the overalls.
Oh, I've seen these. I just thought these were fan created.
No, Japanese. Like this is where as a store worker, I gotta know the most random crap.
Dude, these rule.
Those are cool. Like these aren't like the 90s banned ones, but that's Sabrina's Gengar though.
Like awesome. It stands to reason. I wonder, like, I'm kind of surprised Pikachu hasn't shown up in a Mario Kart yet.
Yeah, like that's the thing of like
silly that it hasn't happened at this point.
This is where my boring adult job is just all nerd stuff all the time. Of like I think we've all talked like I especially like my job is sorting Magic or comic books or Pokemon cards to like I see a child under the age of 10, they're in for Pokemon cards. I'm like, hey, Pokemon's over there, and they never have guessed like no, sir, I'm into this. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, sorry. Like,
yeah,
that's always the
go-to.
Yeah, like they're not coming in. They're like, where is your Warhammer 40?
I was say Warhammer.
Yeah, like that's we had that tonight, and that was like the.
Do you have Warhammer 40K precons for a reasonable price? Absolutely not.
Absolutely, no one does.
I was gonna say I've sold ours every single time we sell ours at MSRP, and they fly off.
That's wild.
Well, MSRP, I would love to find stuff for MSRP in Magic because Wizards refuses to have one, apparently.
Yeah, so it happened a few years ago, and they did it so they're like, you can't blame us if a store was overpricing their stuff, so now they can charge whatever. So the hard part of me as a freaking worker is I never know the price of my stuff because I'm like, okay, this is what we paid for as a company. Now to make up where Pokemon's like, this is the cost. This is the MSRP. Boom, bam, you're done. Like, thank you. Like every other company on the planet. No, Magic just seems to be weird.
I can't wait for Lord of the Rings. They'll totally be a reasonable price when they come out to stores.
Ours should be. I'll tell you the store I work at should be. I just am pretty excited to. Gracie, have you heard of the One Ring Magic card? Have you heard of that?
Oh my gosh. No. Okay, So we'll talk about this because you know it's only going to be a matter of time before it leaks over into
yeah.
Pokemon.
We'll dive in because I've seen
Sure.
some Pokemon people that we're all nerds. We know a little bit about Lord of the Rings. So
I
there's
love Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
so there's the like X amount of rings for the the dwarves. So there's that many 100 for what they're calling serialized. Other like sports do this. So there's
I fucking hate them, by the way.
300 for that are like rings based on whoever got 3 rings. And then the ones that got 7 rings, like I think it's the elves, got 700 serialized cards. The big thing right now with this set of serialized, what they did, a 1-in-1 of the one ring.
Yeah.
The current bid for it, the card hasn't released yet, doesn't release in months, is I believe $100,000.
Jesus Christ.
It's the only one that's ever. So you will get a copy of the one ring if you buy a bundle. You won't get the serialized one out of 100 of the one ring.
The written language on the ring, everything.
Yeah,
I want to eat it.
Yeah,
I really want.
That's worth $100,000 right there. If I wasn't such a broke bitch, I'd throw it into a volcano.
Think of the analytics on your guys' next show. If you said I ate the one ring, like of everybody listening to, you're like, man, it tasted like this.
Think
like
of the analytics of Good Morning Johto if you just sold it for $100,000 and paid for advertising.
Boring.
Look, it's a business decision. If money was no object, I would literally fly to Hawaii and throw it in a volcano.
Like I always give. There was a few years ago called the Magic Butt Crack guy. I think we may have talked about this before, where he went to a big 5,000 person tournament and everybody's butt crack that was out. He took a selfie with it. It was on Good Morning America.
That's
Yahoo
disgusting.
News picked it up.
I hate that.
And he got banned because it said he was making fun of people. But like, I want to go down in Magic's history for eating the one ring. Like that would be
that's your jam.
That's the one
to frame.
Chaotic thing
to frame.
That is a very chaotic neutral thing to do.
I don't know if it's neutral. That's
I don't think it's neutral. You have to be a lot of really angry people in the world. You may
you're not breaking
a lot
the
of
law.
enemies.
You're not breaking the law.
You're just making lots of nerds
neutral.
everywhere completely insane.
I guess like that's
rage.
So that's what Magic's turning into. We talked about this last time. Magic's really get into a collector's item, like kind of Pokemon is. 90% of the people that buy Pokemon don't play. They just collect, and that's great. And that's where Magic's kind of going. So the 1 of 1, that's where like the money is of like, to play this card, it's a nickel, like a quarter, like the regular version of this card, and this one's selling for 100,000.
And I'll say you got set boosters and draft boosters. Draft boosters have more cards and are less money. But the set boosters have much prettier cards, better rares, and more chances for mythics, but less cards. And after opening like a set box and a draft box of Mom, I went out and bought another set box. Like
someone's gonna do like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory of like there's a hidden pack in some Dollar General and BFE somewhere.
We didn't tell this to Gracie, but that one ring card, the 1 of 1, it will be it's just going to be randomly in some English language set box, set pack, collector box, collector booster. I guess it could be in a bundle. I guess
they're literally going to go Willy Wonka on that shit.
So it's going to sell crazy. So everything is going to go
if nuts. It gets found, it's very possible it goes straight to that landfill we were talking about.
I wonder if Pokemon will do it. Like, I wonder if Pokemon will ever do something like.
Maybe not soon, but
serialized is different. But they already sell products. Like Pokemon opened 2 new printing shops last year that they bought, like to print more products.
What do you think of the silver borders before we move on?
It's fine. Like there's nothing like I think the new card texture feels a little fakey. Like they're a little smoother. I think the foiling's cool.
I think it's really nice and I approve. I like that. I like it a lot.
My only issue is I don't know if I like it because it's new or I like it just because we've had black borders for millennia. Do I like it just because it's something different from black border, or do I actually like the silver border? Right?
Did you like Future Sight when it came out?
Oh, love it. Absolutely.
Okay, so you weren't one of the people who were like, oh, they're changing the way my
I want
Magic
them to
cards
bring it
look."
back, actually.
I want Future Sight
Yeah.
too, please.
Yeah, like I love that. No, I'm 100% into like the wild and wacky. They did Gracie too. They did a magic thing. So they do Secret Lair, which is like weird reprints, but they did a serialized one where it was your favorite magic character as a cereal brand.
Oh.
That's where they've done. They're doing a Doctor Who
Talking about
spinoff. They're doing
Secret Layers.
Yeah, like that's where they did the Ulamanga cereal. If you saw, like that's
I'm
the
totally
weird art I love.
getting the D&D ones. I can't help myself. I gotta do it.
Yeah.
But hey, we gotta move on here. We gotta do a Pokemon of the episode as voted by our patrons at patreon.com/poddog. Thank you so much to Cisco M, Stephie L, Steve S, Mom Mine, and I missed somebody. Cisco M. Did I say Cisco?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Ken.
Ken P. Thank you.
There you
Ken, don't be mad at me. I don't exist.
I don't exist.
I don't exist.
Not real.
It's not real. Nothing matters and everyone dies. Number 130, Lane, off the top of your head, do you know who that is?
Zarude.
No.
130?
Yeah, no. I'm not wrong. Like that's the whole thing. Like
I'm not
close.
I just
I'm not
refuse to be wrong.
No.
You know, I hate to tell you this, but you're correct. It is Zarude. No, it's actually Gyarados. Gyarados?
Gyarados.
I dreaded this day for all my life.
Gyarados.
Don't know how to say the word Gyarados.
Gyarados.
I've always said Gyarados.
Gyarados.
Togetic?
Togetic.
Definitely Togetic. Definitely Togetic. Get that Togetic out of here.
I wonder.
Gyarados.
Oh, hey,
You
our
need to get out of here. That's what you need to do.
Hey, got him.
Jesus, wrong account I'm signed into. But let's have a look see from one Mr. Julian Miguel.
Oh yeah, do it.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this Pokemon. So, the official pronunciation is as Gyarados.
Gyarados.
Somewhat like Gary
Gyarados.
and dose. Gyarados. Of course, there are two inexplicable facts in the spelling. The Y after the G and the A. But yes, this is the official pronunciation. Gyarados. Did you get it?
I thank
Did you get it?
Julian Miguel. Go subscribe to his channel. 5 more patron survivors. What the hell?
What have you done with your
What are
people?
you doing?
5 more patrons, and we will. I'll ask Julian. I'll nut up and ask Julian Miguel to be on the show. Gyarados. I refuse to say it that way.
Gyarados.
No, it's Gyarados.
Gyarados.
My wife is like she teaches English in schools and stuff, and like when she's learning Pokemon, she's like, it's definitely pronounced this right. I'm like, nope, all words are made up. It's definitely this.
That's great.
Gyarados is rarely seen in the wild, which could have fooled me. I've seen lots of them in Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet.
There's
They're
a
huge.
red one that you can get in like a lake.
Yeah, pretty easily. Huge and vicious, it is capable of destroying entire cities in a rage. Enormously destructive. Also known for destroying cities in ancient times. It is horribly brutal. Has enough destructive power to totally annihilate even a major city. I'm catching a theme here.
A theme? Yeah.
Mhm. They say that during past wars, Gyarados would appear and leave blazing ruins in its wake. Once it appears, it goes on a rampage. It remains enraged until it demolishes everything around it. It appears wherever there is world conflict, burning down any place it travels through. So
How does it burn shit?
Yeah.
It's a
Gary-
water Pokemon.
Gyarados is all about war, is what I'm getting here.
Yeah, but
War.
it's water.
Cool.
Why
What
is it
is it
burning
good
shit?
for? Absolutely Gyarados. Hey,
Apparently.
that's the name
Maybe
of the
Dragon
show.
Breath can have fire, but
That's what I was thinking, Dragon Breath. Because in the old school animations, it looks like little bits of fire going.
That's true.
Yeah, even in Go, it looks fire-like. I'm trying to see if it.
When Magikarp evolves, spoiler alert, when Magikarp evolves into Gyarados, its brain cells undergo a structural transformation. It is said that this transformation is to blame for this Pokemon's wildly violent nature, or probably
Damn.
just people treated Magikarp like a piece of shit until it evolved.
Yeah, and it's mad.
It can learn flamethrower.
Oh,
TM
no shit.
flamethrower.
No shit. Once it goes on a rampage, its ferociously violent blood doesn't calm until it has burned everything down. There are records. Violent Blood. That's the name of my punk band. There are records of this Pokemon's rampaging lasting a whole month. That's actually a really good band name, actually. Violent Blood. I like it. Is that the name of our next podcast, Gracie? We're just going to get rid of After DARKRAI and it'll just be Violent Blood.
Yep. That's my new.
I don't know what it's about. It will find machines and rage against them. It is an extremely vicious and violent Pokemon. When humans begin to fight, it will appear and burn everything to the ground. Well, it's for world peace, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's one solution.
It's like, stop fighting or else.
Or I'll kill you.
Hey, you all should just get along and shake hands or hug, or I'll kill you. It has an extremely aggressive nature. The Hyper Beam it shoots from its mouth totally incinerates all targets. Hyper Beam probably sets things on fire.
God, that reminds me of a stupid internet meme.
Memes.
You know the thing that's like,
You
a
gonna
fire in
send
my
it to me?
laser.
Nope, but send it to me and I'll put it on screen right here. Or maybe it's right here, depending on how the screen layout is on
I don't know if
the
I
video
can send it
version.
to you
If you're
right
watching
now.
this on Spotify or YouTube.
There. Right there.
Yeah, one of these directions.
I'll send it to you later.
Don't forget.
I won't.
Rarely seen in the wild, huge and vicious. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. In ancient literature, there is a record of a Gyarados that razed a village when violence flared. Raises the fields and mountains around it. Will burn everything down, even in a harsh storm. Leaves blazing ruins in its wake.
Yep.
Yep. I'm looking for anything different here. It's all
variety.
It's all violence is flared, destroying cities, brain cells being structurally transformed, violent blood. Maybe that's the name of this episode, Violent Blood.
I like it. Violent Gyarados blood.
There are some regions where it's called the Deity of Destruction.
Yeah,
Damn.
Another good band name.
Great band name. Yeah. The energy from evolution stimulates its brain cell strongly, causing it to become ferocious. It zooms out of the water at Mach speeds. Even large ships. Yeah, even large ships caught in its path are split cleanly in two. That's actually got an exclamation point at the end of it.
Oh.
Mega Evolution places a burden on its body. The stress causes it to become all the more ferocious, so even more ferocious. It jets water from the orifices on its sides, streaking above the water surface at supersonic speeds.
I've always found that word weird.
These are all megas, in case you couldn't tell. Mega Evolution also affects its brain, leaving no other function except its destructive instinct to burn everything to cinders.
I don't know why that's funny.
Poor guy. Poor Gary.
So sad. Well, they did that with megas for a while. They were like, it's bad on them. It's like a disease.
Like shadows.
Yeah.
Although it obeys its instinctive drive to destroy everything within its reach, it will respond to orders from a trainer it fully trusts.
All right.
It will respond to your orders, but it's still going to obey its instinct to destroy everything.
Oh. That doesn't make any sense.
Great at construction. Real bad at the building part.
Yeah.
I'm checking.
It says it's tall.
Yep, that's about it.
It's real tall.
It's a big boy.
Big boy.
I used to think Gyarados looked super cool as a kid, like an awesome dragon thing. And the older I get and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, this goofy bastard with his big old fish lips and weird mustache that comes out of like the bottom of his chin. Like,
I like it.
Goofy bitch. Don't get me wrong, I would be horrified if I was swimming in the water and this thing swam up next to me.
Yeah.
I would poop myself. Be brown water. But there's something about Gary's face that it's just goofy.
I don't know, man. It's terrifying.
Classic. I love it. I love everything about it.
I mean,
Me
I love.
too.
I like him too. No, I mean, and you better, because he'll fuck you up,
He'll ruin your life. So
ruin your life, your friends and family's lives, your any
The world.
city you
Literally
happen to
the
be
world.
in. Yeah, in Pokemon Red and Blue Beta, its name was Skullkraken. That rules. Oh, I like that so much better. Skullkraken. That's awesome.
that's kind of cool.
It's another band name.
Mm-hmm.
Kraken spelled Kraken, of course.
Right.
Like a kraken.
Mm-hmm.
The radio drama, Good Morning Johto, but also The Birth of Mewtwo contains an audio footage of Gyarados' discovery by a female researcher, which ends disturbingly.
Definitely does.
Oh. Yeah, probably
Interesting.
death.
That's something to look into. Open
Insta-death.
new tab for looking at later. Original design resembles a massive leech-like creature without eyes. Terrifying.
Oh. Yep.
Magikarp and Regigigas are the three Pokemon that can be encountered in the wild at the lowest and highest levels. In Black 2 and White 2, it can be found at levels ranging from level 1 to 100 in the Nature Preserve by using a Super Rod in rippling water.
Oh.
In Gen 2 and 4, it is the first of only 2 shiny Pokemon to be integrated into a game's plot, the second being Celebi in Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time and Explorers of Darkness, and Explorers of Sky. Its shiny form is the first shiny Pokemon to appear in the Pokemon Adventures manga. Its pre-evolved form's egg group is a combination of water and drag. Drag.
Yes.
Water
Yeah,
and drag, which is unique. I would hope so.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty unique.
It is the only flying type Pokemon in the Water 2 egg group. It's tied with Pelipper as the most common Pokemon found amongst gym leaders, being used by 7 of them, and in many ways is the counterpart of Milotic. Both are the Serpentine evolved form. Look, I don't want to hear anything about Lane from your wife about my English. Gracie, I don't want to hear any of it. Talking is hard, okay?
I never thought of it to be the opposite of Milotic. I've never
I get it just from like Pokemon Go, they both cost like a fuckload of candies to evolve, and they're both Serpentine.
Well, like Phoebus is kind of like Magikarp.
Very Magikarpy, yeah.
that's true.
They also evolve from weak fish Pokemon, which we just said, and both
Mhm.
appear in times of conflict. Gyarados to destroy and Milotic to becalm. Both have base stat totals of 540, the only difference being the distribution of their attack, special attack, and special defense stats. It is tied with Melodic.
Melodic.
I always thought it was melodic, but I've heard
I say melodic.
Melotic. Julia Miguel, help us. For the greatest increase in base stat total after evolving at 340 points. The Mega is tied with Hoopa Unbound for being the tallest dark type Pokemon. And lastly, it appears in Pokemon Battle Chest. It doesn't behave like any traditional piece in chest. It is only present after a Magikarp is damaged. Oh my god, that was a lot.
It was a lot.
I mean, who would have thought
It's been around.
Gyarados is popular.
It is.
To that
been
end,
around.
we should have started with this one, but I didn't. Magikarp, the fish Pokemon. Goofy, dirt face, nothing in the brain fish.
Splashy boy.
Very much. Magikarp, in the distant past, was somewhat stronger than the horribly weak descendants that exist today.
It's the pug of Pokemon.
I like how it says it was somewhat stronger. So like it knew Splash, but it like was a little bit stronger at doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the pug of Pokemon.
Famous for being very unreliable. It can be found swimming in seas, lakes, rivers, and shallow puddles.
Shallow puddles.
Whoever
Not deep puddles.
Whoever its opponent and however horrible the attack it receives, all it does is splash around. An underpowered, pathetic Pokemon. It may jump high on rare occasions, but never more than 7 feet.
No wonder it's mad. It's got shit to prove.
For no reason, it jumps and splashes about, making it easy for predators like Pidgeotto to catch it mid-jump.
Womp.
This This weak and pathetic Pokemon gets easily pushed along rivers when there are strong currents.
Dude,
That's the
Big
next
Mad.
Pokemon Go event is the pathetic Pokemon.
I like it. An underpowered, pathetic Pokemon, blah, blah, blah. We already said that one. It's pathetic excuse. Now it says Magikarp is a pathetic excuse for a Pokemon that is only capable of flopping and splashing. This behavior prompted scientists to undertake research into it.
Why? That
It
makes
sucked
no sense.
so bad they wanted to make sure it sucked.
Yeah, I guess.
It is virtually useless in battle as it can only splash around. As a result, it is considered to be weak. However, it is actually a very hardy Pokemon that can survive in any body of water, no matter how polluted it is. That echoes the, goldfish are like that. And don't release your goldfish into waters. That's how they become invasive. Its swimming
I was
muscles
like,
are weak.
say that's how they evolve into catfish.
Yeah.
Wow.
Its swimming muscles are weak, so it is easily washed away by currents. In places where water pools, you can see many of them deposited there by the flow. It is virtually worthless in terms of both power and speed. It is the most weak and pathetic Pokemon in the world.
That's so sad. Can we dump on it anymore?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
A Magikarp living for many years can leap a mountain using Splash.
They
It just
created
said
a
it
whole
couldn't
game
go over
around
7 feet.
Yep. The move remains useless, though.
Oh.
So I would argue that being able to jump over a mountain is far
It's not useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, peace,
Yeah.
bitch, I gotta go to work today.
Bye.
Watch me flop. Poof. An underpowered, pathetic Pokemon. Okay, hold on. Platinum is the one that says if they living for many years, they can leap a mountain using Splash. The very next entry, Heart and Heart Gold, it may jump high on rare occasions, but never more than 7 feet.
Yeah.
I just like how that came after Platinum. A Magikarp living. Oh wait, I just said that one. Sorry.
Womp.
I like Magikarp. I don't like how much they've dumped on it. That's a lot of
Yeah.
They definitely are. Although weak and helpless, this Pokemon is incredibly fertile. I didn't know you liked it that
Oh.
much, Lane. They exist in such multitudes, you'll soon grow tired of seeing them.
Oh.
Its reckless leaps make it easy pickings for predators. On the bright side, many Pokemon enjoy longer lifespans thanks to Magikarp.
Damn.
Yeah, because they're eating it.
Yeah.
It's a meal. In the distant past, they were fairly strong, but they've become gradually weaker over time. Thanks to their strong hold on life, dirty water doesn't bother them at all. They live in waters all over the world! Exclamation point. Someone was really excited when they wrote the Ultra Moon Dex entries. Famous for being very unreliable.
Well,
Fantastic.
not wrong.
Oh my god, this is... wow, Legends Arceus, why have you done this? A feeble, pitiful, imbecile of a Pokemon that is
Yeah.
nonetheless
Oh my
very
gosh.
hardy. Unperturbed by turbid water, it can be found living in all sorts of places.
Wow. They
They went
laid
ham
on those
on
adjectives.
shitting on Magikarp.
They
hard.
laid on those adjectives.
My poor
Uh,
boy.
We didn't mention this for Gyarados, but both it and Magikarp, great guy, really good shinies.
Yeah.
Agreed.
A lot of this trivia for Magikarp is similar stuff for Gyarados, so I don't feel like we need to say all of it.
No.
Let me just scan through it. Magikarp is one of 14 Pokemon that could collect foreign Pokédex entries for in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. It was the first Pokemon featured in Professor Oak's Pokemon Lectured in episode 61. I'm assuming that means the anime, almost certainly. Its level up moves are exactly the same as those as Phoebus. Phoebus, however, can learn multiple moves from TMs and HMs, hatch from an egg with egg moves, and learn new moves via move tutors, making it slightly more useful in battle. Magikarp cannot. Magikarp and Phoebus have almost identical stats. They also share their largest base stat total increase of all Pokemon when they evolve. They both change appearances drastically after evolution.
Yeah.
Magikarp has the lowest base attack stat of all water-type Pokemon, and it's tied with Caterpie, Weedle, Igglybuff, Carvanha, Attack Form, Deoxys, and Stonjourner for having the lowest base special defense stat of all Pokemon. That's Really weird one to see in there. The attack form Deoxys down there with
Yeah.
Igglybuff, Caterpie, and Magikarp. You just breathe on attack form Deoxys and it
It's rough.
dies.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
guy.
Magikarp is the only Pokemon which can be found in every Pokemon Snap course except for Rainbow Cloud, which features only Mew. I did not know that. Together with Pichu, Rattata, Ninjask, Goldeen, and Seedot, Magikarp is the easiest Pokemon to catch in Pokemon Ranger.
Ooh, I like Pokemon Ranger.
It is the only Pokemon in Pokemon Conquest that uses a move that it does not share a type with, as it uses Splash. What the hell? On July 28th, 2016 and May 12th, 2017, the Pokemon Company posted a Magikarp-themed music video onto their YouTube channel titled The Magikarp Song.
Oh.
Think it's any good?
I hope so. We're going to find out.
I was going to say, there's only one way to find out. Right?
There's only one way to find out. I'm sorry, Gracie.
It's okay.
Anything's going to cure that headache. It's going to be the Magikarp song.
Only pathetic, unreliable. Known throughout the world for being super weak. Maybe in ancient times it was really strong. That's what the rumors say, but they're probably wrong. But now it's so weak, the weakest in the land. So weak that it's sad, really, really sad. The weak Pokemon, that's you, Magikarp. But though you are the weakest, still from my heart. Oh, weak Pokemon, my love for you is strong. Honestly, it's magical, you survived this long.
That is a 4-minute
That is
song.
my
That's
that
the
is
best
my
thing I've ever heard.
new theme song.
Oh
That's
my
so good.
god, that was the best thing I've ever heard. I'm trying to manage my tears. Oh my god.
And it's still just a dunk. It's still just a dunk on,
It's
like,
still just, it comes right out of the gate just shitting on Magic.
Yeah, that's
too
the
bad
best
you're
thing I've ever heard.
terrible. Like,
But you stole my heart. Yeah.
Number 1 week. You should see the music video too. I wish you could.
I'll watch it in a minute.
Absolutely.
oh, that was so good.
Well, we're almost done. We're reaching the end of our show here, but
Let's do a couple more hours. Like,
let's go.
we haven't talked to each other. Like, Gracie's really in, like, all night for this. Like,
She told me that she injected some fresh Coridon into her veins, and she won't be able to sleep for at least a week.
Oh God, I'm so
So
tired.
before we sign off, Gracie, let's speed run a few pseudo would you rathers.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, we'll do 10 of them real fast.
Oh, okay.
Pseudo would you rather have bad breath or smelly feet?
Smelly feet.
Easy, smelly feet. Lane?
is there, like, ways to fix it, or is this, like, just like a curse? that,
Permanent.
like, a witch-
Permanent.
Curse, permanent.
Yeah, smelly feet. You could
Yeah.
dip them in stuff.
You can wear shoes.
Shoes,
Yeah.
socks.
I mean,
Water. Yeah.
Nobody
Water.
wants to kiss anybody with bad breath. Pseudo would you rather fight 1,000 ant-sized bulls or 1 bull-sized ant? Bulls.
The tiny ones.
The tiny
Bulls.
bulls. Yeah, because
Yeah.
1,000 ants can't beat me unless they're like bulldog or bullet ants. Pseudo
But a
would
giant ant would be terrifying.
Yeah, that you're
True.
just doomed.
He could like
It'd pick up your
destroy
fucking
tanks.
it'd pick up your
Yeah.
fucking house with its massive ant strength and just like,
yeah.
yeah. So would you rather have a hamster-sized dog or a dog-sized hamster?
Hamster-sized dog. Hamster-sized dog. Hamster.
There are already dogs that are the size of hamsters, right? Like
Okay, well I want one.
teacup dogs.
That
I
would
feel
be
like
even smaller.
I feel like I'm gonna roll over and crush it. So I'm gonna go with the dog-sized hamster because their dogs are lots of different sizes. Like you can get like basically a fucking Pomeranian, a hamster the size of a Pomeranian is just a giant hamster at that point. So,
I'm in on dog-sized hamster.
yeah, I don't know why. Yeah,
Or no, sorry, hamster-sized dog.
Oh, well, excuse me. Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's way, like, it's real tiny. You can put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Like,
I would just be worried about its health problems and like
So is that
accidentally
hamster.
stepping on it. Like if you step on your dog, your dog will go, okay, and you feel like shit for doing it. But if you step on that dog, it's dead. And you know how dogs like to like lay down, and then as soon as you try to step over them,
Yeah, you gotta shuffle. Do the
well,
feet
my
shuffle.
dog likes to lay right in the middle of like wherever you're trying to walk, and then as soon as you try to step over, she likes to stand up and trip you. Hi, baby. Speaking of the
I
devil,
was gonna say that sounds like
speaking
a
of the
bully.
devil, Lucky
That's
came
funny.
over to say hi.
Aww, hey, baby.
Oh, Ton, the pod dog herself.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather have spaghetti for hair or sweat mayonnaise? Ugh.
Spaghetti.
I don't know.
Mayonnaise?
I guess.
I think if you sweat mayonnaise, it would smell even worse, though.
Yeah, because it could get hot and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
You could
yeah,
be
and
delicious.
spaghetti.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
like,
with spaghetti though.
You could be delicious.
I think I'm going sweat mayonnaise, and here I'll tell you why. I work at home. I don't sweat no more, baby, unless I'm working out, which I'm gonna stink anyway if I work out anyway. And then I'm gonna take a shower
Well,
and
like,
I'm gonna be just fine.
I think you could work at like a sandwich corporation to be like, you're just like
Nope,
being hot, and they're
Nope.
coming up to you with like sandwich. Like,
Doing jumping jacks.
Nope.
Yeah.
Stop. Make it stop.
You just have to
Nope.
manage your outside activities, right? Like, oh, sorry, I don't want to go to the zoo this weekend. It's going to be hot out, and I'll sweat mayonnaise. Easy peasy. But I'll go to the aquarium.
the animals
where
would
I won't
think you're
sweat at all.
Yeah, the animals would think you're like delicious. Yeah, aquarium's great.
Yeah. Suda, would you rather live forever with an eyelash in your eye or spinach in your teeth? Ugh. This is a lose-lose all the way around.
I think spinach in your teeth, like at least like that's for
Does
other
it
people,
hurt?
not you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like because you never really know spinach is in your teeth.
I guess I gotta go eyelash in your eye, and I'll just live with the discomfort and annoyance
Eee.
forever.
Oof.
Yeah, because I feel like spinach in your teeth, like I'm thinking about the only thing I ever think about, like who's gonna want to smooch the guy that's got stuff stuck in his teeth?
That's funny.
Who's gonna want to smooch the guy?
Like, hey baby, I got spinach in my teeth and I got mayonnaise in my cheeks. Come and get it.
What?
So would you rather Gracie, did you answer that one?
I think it's spinach. Yeah.
Ugh.
Spinach.
Sudo, would you rather adopt a British accent every time you're having a serious conversation or laugh every time someone cries? This is easy.
Laugh every time someone cries because that's such a like a 1 week like laugh at a funeral, bare naked ladies line.
Oh,
That's true.
I'm going with have a British accent.
I also would have a British accent.
Because that would just be very funny. Oh, I can do that now. Ed Sheeran, what are you doing here? I was just stopping by, mate. Should I sing a song? I heard you were playing the Magikarp song.
Oh my god.
No, Ed, please. We're almost done with the show, actually. All right, I'll see you on the next one then. By crikey, governor.
It's Australian, but yes. Okay.
He left.
Anyway.
Sudo, would you rather get a face tattoo of something of your choosing or a tattoo in a discrete area chosen by someone else?
Discrete area.
What was the first part?
A face
A face tattoo of your choosing.
Of your choosing.
Or a discrete tattoo that somebody else picks.
I think I'd do the face tattoo.
Because
I watched so many of those horror shows of like someone giving you a tattoo and it's like real weird looking. At least the face tattoo, it could be like a small little heart or something.
They said discrete. They said discrete area, so we don't know. Like by discrete, it doesn't necessarily mean it's fully covered, right?
I guess it depends on what it is. Like I want to see what it is first.
Nope. You don't
Like
get
a
to choose.
tramp stamp. Yeah, like this
chosen
is like
by
a
someone
tramp
else.
stamp.
No,
It can
I'm
be
not
anything.
choosing though. It can be anything, but I get to choose if it's.
Nope. It just says, or would you rather choose to get a tattoo in a discrete area chosen by someone else? So you're getting a tattoo in a discrete area chosen by someone else. So they're picking the tattoo and the area.
I'm saying that's fine, but I can choose between that and the face tattoo.
Oh, so have either of you seen the D&D movie yet?
Not yet.
It's awesome. I've seen it twice.
I want to.
What's the paladin's name? I forget. Draxos.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Deuteronomy. Yeah,
It sounds something like Jeff.
He's got this like forehead tattoo like right here that looks kind of like a mandala, and it looks great on him. I do not think that would look good on me, but he gives me confidence that I could pull something like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Gracie,
there's only one way to check out. Like you got to do it.
You got
Gracie, Google D&D movie. I
Paladin
don't know.
guy.
Yeah, D&D movie
D&D.
Paladin, and you'll see he's got this. He's an attractive man, and he's got a tattoo on his forehead. That's the first face tattoo I think I've ever seen, and been like, hey, that looks good on that guy. Suda, would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader? Ooh.
Yoda, because it's just talking like German talk. So
I think breathing like Vader, right? Like,
I don't talk like Yoda.
I guess that'd be really annoying for you to do Good Morning Johto when
I think either one, because the breathing like Vader are like the people that don't know like how microphones work, and we have those like this, like the breathing deep, or like the Yoda would just be like, okay, come on, like
Knock it off.
I'll tell you which
but maybe
one.
there's a filter you could flip it like to actual talk.
We got 2 more, and I'll tell you which one I'll choose right now. Sneeze every time you say hi, would you rather?
Oh
Or
my god.
urge to pee every time you ask a question, Suda, would you rather?
All right, now say it for real so I actually understand what
I was
you
gonna say
just
I
asked.
have no idea what you said.
Would you rather sneeze every time you say hi, or have the urge to pee every time you ask a question? I feel like that's easy.
Sneeze.
Sneeze.
What was the other one?
Pee every time you ask a question.
It's the urge to pee
Oh, urge to
every time you
pee.
ask a question.
I hate
I
that
just wouldn't
feeling.
say hi to
I feel
anybody.
like I do that now. Yeah, definitely the other one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't say hi to anybody. I'd say hello.
Oh my god.
All right, let's find a good one to finish on. Okay. All right, here's a fun one right here. Suda, would you rather be in a real life version of The Walking Dead or Jurassic World?
Oh shit.
Oh man, that's the
That's a
best
good
one.
one.
Yeah, it's a good one. So there's pros and cons to both of these. Obviously, cons, Walking Dead, it's the apocalypse and
I think that's
zombies.
avoidable though, right? Like with like I could go to the water, I could go in a, you know what I mean? Like where with dinosaurs everywhere. Like
The pros with Jurassic World is that modern technology is still like society hasn't collapsed in on itself yet.
well, there's still, I think they're more predatory where most like Walking Dead, we'll say walkers, zombies, whatever you call them, are more annoying than the beginning. Yeah, like,
but I think Jurassic World, just for the fact that they're wild animals, right? You're unlikely to encounter one in like a public building or your home or something, right? Whereas like you have to be careful of the walkers busting in your door at all times. I feel like you're too much on pins and needles all the time, whereas with the dinosaurs, unless you're taking a walk through the woods, you could probably find some reprieve somewhere.
would you tame one? Would you try to tame one?
Oh fuck yeah.
I definitely would do Jurassic just because I also have an incredible fear of zombies. So I just would rather do the
I would have a
dinosaurs.
Stygimoloch as a pet, and it would just headbutt all of my friends and families, and I would laugh.
That's funny.
Even though modern science doesn't support the headbutting theories
Mm-mm.
any longer. But folks, that's going to do it for us here. This was After DARKRAI. Send us an email, afterdarkrai@gmail.com. I'm tired of getting life insurance things. I don't need buried insurance. I'm not sure what that means. Do I get the insurance if I get buried? Do I got to be dead first and then get buried? I don't know. I also don't need any car warranties. Thanks. But send us an email there. After DARKRAI on Twitter. Gracie is at VGracieZ on Twitter. And Lady Z Rain
Art on Instagram.
on Instagram. So yeah, nailed it. And then soon to be Gracie V Star Forever.
Oh my god.
Lane, do you mind saying your stuff?
Yeah, my stuff is on Twitter at GMJoto. The Discord where I'm terrible at Discord. We talked about this last time. Just trying to run a Discord. Like
Me too.
it's mostly just people trying to teach me PvP because I'm terrible at it, which was going to start in the future. Maybe if Gracie can teach me the wisdom that is Pokemon PvP.
Let me learn it. Let me learn it first, and then I'll let you know.
Absolutely. No, Twitter's the best place at GM Johto. Good Morning Johto, wherever you listen to your podcast. You can email us at Good Morning Johto. I want to really have an AMA show of just random questions of like,
That'd be
what's the best
amazing.
kind of soup Like just random things.
Broccoli and cheddar. But yeah.
I don't know. A loaded baked potato can hit sometimes.
Oh, it's true.
Lane, why don't you lead this one off? You started off by saying after yada 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 is the setup.
After yada yada yada.
Sure.
Do you just want me to say?
No.
Am I saying the yada yada?
No, you replace
replaced
it.
the yada
yeah,
yada.
yeah. We'll
What am
explain
I
our
replacing it with?
bit.
Whatever
Well,
you want.
This is what
After
happened last time.
you-
I'm terrible at this improv stuff. You set me up for this, and I suck at it.
It's totally fine.
Do you want me to start it?
Yeah, Gracie, please start it because I suck.
After you go on a rampage.
Darkrai will come and shoot up into your veins. Bye, everybody.
Oh, damn.
No music. No, I've done this before once or twice.
There it is.
Oh gosh.
This show is brought to you by Palo Sand's Pile of Sand and Bones.
Damn it.
Do you need a pile of sand filled with bones? Boy, do we got the product for you. Palo Sand sucks your bones completely dry. Stick your hand in its
Stick your
mouth,
hand right in, straight in the mouth hole.
stick it in, it'll drag you down, suck
Stick it
your
in.
bones dry, and reconstitute your flesh into sand. Palo Sand, Pile of Sand and Bones. Don't know why you need this product.
When
but it
pocket
exists.
sand just doesn't work as much as Palo Sand, and you need it to do the job.
Palo Sand.
Pile.
Get it today.
Sand.